Hi, my name is Ishmaelamte, and today I'm doing something a bit different. I'm doing a quick review on the Huawei Y9 mobile phone. Now this phone came some few weeks ago and there's been so much rush on it. I was fortunate to have been able to get mine, and then Huawei gave me this vacuum flask. So thanks Huawei. Let's take a look at this phone, unbox it, and take a look at some of the features or the things it has to offer. Let's get into it. So this is the Huawei Y9. I'm going to go ahead to take the cover of it so that we see the content in the box. So here we have the phone here. I'll just place this aside, and then we have this cover or case which contains the case or the cover for the phone. We have the pin here which we'll be using to remove the SIM slot to place our SIM inside. And then we have a screen protector here. This is a plastic one, which is just fine, as well as we have the manual for the phone. I think that's all what's in this particular box. Then we have the adapter for the charger. So we have the charger here. One disappointing thing about this Huawei Y9 2019 is that it uses micro USB, still 2.0, which is not so good, but it's fine. We just keep it like that. And then there is a headset in here, one of the best headsets you could ever get. That's the Huawei headset, which is in the box as well. I think that's all we have in the box. Now let's put everything aside and then get into the phone itself. Here we go. We have a Huawei Y9 2019 phone, and I must say this is a very beautiful phone. I really like the design of the phone. There's a black color, and I like the curved edge of the phone. If you look at this side, we have a curved edge here, just like we have here as well. And then the speaker is at the base of the phone, which has just one speaker, which is just fine. And then it has a headset jack here, as well as the charging aspect. So this phone it's okay. So we have the dual camera at the back here, and then we have the fingerprint sensor here, as well as when we come to the front part of it, we have dual cameras here, which they both perform different functions. So let's just go ahead and then turn on this phone. It has 6.5 full HD screen size, and I like the design here, the curved design here, where you get to see certain notifications at certain parts of the screen. And then at the base also you have the navigation part here. So let's go to the settings. So this is the name of the device is actually Huawei Y9 2019, just as I said earlier. Now looking at the EMUI version, it is running on 8.20, and then the Android version is 8.1, which is so cool. And then the CPU of this one, which is high silicon Kirin, that is 710. Now we have the RAM to be 4.0. I wish it could have been more, but 4.0 is just fine. It runs fast, just like I would want it to do. And then the screen resolution is 2340 by 1080, which is so cool. Now the internal storage is 64 GB. Now one cool thing I like about this phone is that it actually has an expansion for storage. You can actually insert in an SD card, which takes up to about 128 GB, which is so cool, and a very plus for Huawei in there. Now we have a dual back camera, as well as we have dual front camera, which are all AI, that is artificial intelligence powered. And I must say the back camera is actually 60 megapixels. That is one of the cameras, and then the other is 2.0 megapixel, which has a depth sensor, as well as there is a LED, a flashlight LED. Let me just go to the back so that you could see that. So we have the two cameras in there. We have a flashlight, as well as we have so this is the fingerprint aspect of the phone. We have 1080p, which can shoot at 60 frames per second. We also have full HD, which is 1080p. Then we have 1080p, that's the aspect ratio of 18.7, that is to 9. And then we have for 720p as well. So this is not bad, even though it doesn't have the 4K functionality I was looking out for. It's just fine, because not so many people would probably be using or shooting in 4K. So that is just fine. I actually like the properties it has in there with the camera of the phone. Now it runs on that is Android 8.0, just like I said earlier on, as well as it has the network is actually 4G, so you have 4G enabled for this particular device, as well as 3G looking at coming downwards, which gives you a very good speed with the network or connectivity. Now let me just go ahead to run an app and see how fast this is going to open this. Let me just open the music app, and as you can see, this is so fast and looks very cool for me. So let me just go ahead and then go back, and let me try to stream a video and see how this is going to be. So let me just, I'm trying to open a YouTube video. It says I'm offline. Let me just go ahead and then enable my Wi-Fi, and then let me try to stream a video. So let me just go ahead and then stream this video.
Hello, you guys, this is Kim of Hugatech.
Let me just go ahead and do it to rotate.
So
let me just turn it. Okay, auto-rotate should be on. Just okay, so here we go. So there's actually a video from the Huawei Y9. Let me just go ahead and then reduce the volume a bit. So as you can see, the full HD is actually at its best with the properties, with its properties in there. So let's just go back and then take a look at something else of this phone. So let me just go ahead and then play music and see how the speakers sound like. So let me just go through my music and see if I have something nice here. So let me just go ahead and then, so the speaker is just one at the base of the phone, and it's okay, it's not that bad, even though it could have been much better than this, but I think it's just fine. So that's the sound of this phone. And just go ahead and then pause my music. So that was actually the sound of the phone. It could have been better than this, but I think it's just fine. So the battery of this phone is actually 4000 mAh, which is so cool in the sense that you barely have phones like this, or phones with features like this being run on such battery power. So that is actually a big plus for Huawei for doing that, or bringing that to this phone. Now, one thing I was a bit disappointed, which I said earlier, has to do with the charging or the connectivity, USB connectivity. So that's micro USB 2.0, which it could have been Type C, but anyway, Huawei only knows why they did that for this phone. But I think it's fine. I actually tried copying something from this to my connecting it to my PC and trying to copy something, and it was fast. I was actually amazed and surprised of how fast it was. So this is actually some of the features you might get with this Huawei Y9 2019, which is actually very cool. Now the price is around in Ghana cedis, that's about 1099 cedis, which is close to, should I say, about $215, somewhere around $215. And I think it's actually worth it, because looking at the functionalities of this particular phone and then the price of it and what you get or you'll be able to achieve with this phone, I think it's actually worth it, and it's very fine. So these are some few things I wanted to share with you about this Huawei Y9 2019, which is a very good phone. I think you should check it out if you actually have the means to. So that should be it for the features of this phone.
Hi, so welcome back. This was actually a quick review on the Huawei Y9 2019. I must say I actually love this phone so much. I love the features of the phone and then the functionalities of it. Even though there were some few downside, it's actually a very big thumbs up for Huawei for making such a phone, and then at a very low cost. One more thing I actually did forget to talk about was the facial recognition, which is part of the security features of the phone. You can actually use your facial pattern to unlock the phone, which is very cool. So the Huawei Y9 2019 is actually a very great phone, a very sleek phone as well, and it has a lot of tons of features in there which should probably serve your needs depending on whatever you are using it for. So that should be it for my review on the Huawei Y9 2019. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.